Thank you for joining us for this edition of Inside Education. I'm your host, Mitch Truswell. More than $2.5 million. That is how much scholarship money one East Career and Technical Academy student has been offered to further her education after high school. To break it down, that's more than a dozen full-ride scholarships at colleges and universities all over the country, such as Stanford. She has also been named a National Gates Millennium Scholar. That's Gates as in Bill and Melinda Gates. What makes this CCSD student so impressive isn't necessarily what she's achieved, but rather what she has overcome. Inside Education's Kathy Top has that story. Kathy?
Mitch, Jayla Scott loves to learn, and she's probably one of the hardest workers that you'll ever meet. The CTA senior will head to Baltimore in the fall to attend Johns Hopkins University. Her goal is to study medicine, and as you'll see, when Jayla puts her mind to something, there's no stopping her.
If you were to look at my resume, you would see that I do a lot.
It's the final few days of high school for 18-year-old Jayla Scott, and what a high school career it has been. Between her grade point average, school activities, and service outside the school, the East CTA senior has her pick of top-tier colleges and universities.
Stanford University, Johns Hopkins, Case Western Reserve, Emory College, Washington University in St. Louis.
And has settled on Johns Hopkins in Baltimore. It's a long way from home for this Vegas-born student, but she says when she toured campus,
it was just like, this is it. Like, if I get in, I'm going here. I just felt really confident.
And she did.
What can I say about Jayla? She's one of those students that you come across in your career.
East CTA principal Darlene Delgado has watched Jayla grow over the past 4 years.
I think she's so resilient, the grit that she has, and the challenges that she has faced.
Challenges that would be hard for an adult.
I grew up in a single-parent, low-income family, and so my father left our household when I was about 3 years old. And me and my mom were just talking about this yesterday, but before my mom had me, she was heavily addicted to drugs. She was going through her own pain and her own story and her own life choices, and she was just trying to provide for the family. And she actually didn't know she was pregnant with me, so she had me at 5.5 months, and I was this miracle baby, quote unquote, because the doctor was like, I came out not breathing, and he was like, if you want this baby to survive, you have to stop everything. And my mom never picked up a single thing after that as far as drug usage.
When Jayla was just 7, she was caring for her brothers as her mom worked to put food on the table.
Now our biggest struggle is just my older brother's incarcerated. He's been in and out of jail since he was 15. But besides his story and what is happening to him in his life, we've definitely grown as a family.
Jayla knows she's an example for others, including her little brother, on how to set your own path.
It could go one way or the other. And in this case, it's one of those special stories that really has gone the positive route, right? That journey that she has had. And here she is at this point in her life, graduating from high school with the potential of going to one of the most prestigious universities in the world, I think. I think that is special in itself.
Hopefully you guys can see my eyes. They get really bright when I talk about medicine because I just get so excited. And so I feel like my avenue to help people is through medicine, and I've been lucky to be able to identify that now.
While Jayla is the largest scholarship winner from ECTA, we should note that the ECTA class of 2019 has been awarded more than $10 million in scholarship money, which is pretty impressive.